Hey, what's up guys? JQ back with Tech Creation, where I use technology for recreation. Now, I don't want to make this video too long because I feel like most of you guys already know the answer to the title of this video as to why I didn't review the Pixel 4 sooner. And to sum it up in a few words, I just didn't care. Now, let me soften that up a little bit in case anybody got triggered. My best reviews start with genuine passion for a product or topic, and when it's not there, then it's just not there. And that was the case with the Pixel 4. You know, I was waiting for that wow feeling that just never came. Simply because I feel that Google pulled an Apple and sold us the same phone twice. Alright, so now that I made that clear, despite all that, I'm speaking facts when I say that I miss this camera so much, and I mean it when I say that this is really the best point and shoot, best results, first time, every time type of camera. And the reason I miss this camera so much is because I gave away my Pixel 3 last year, so I was pretty much Pixel-less for the entire 2019. And the reason I mention that is because had I still had my Pixel 3, I would have never bought the Pixel 4 for the reasons that we're gonna get into right now. So the first being that price. Now, I've always liked the larger variant of smartphones, so that's why I picked up the XL for the simple benefit of, you know, better viewing experience when watching videos. So the XL model with Google's very own bluish case came out to a total of $1,022.34. So right off the bat, just way too expensive, an upgrade I simply cannot recommend anyone to do if they currently own a Pixel 3. Now that brings me on to the second point, and that is I could have justified the price had this phone offered us something new. And when I say new, I don't just mean specs on paper, but I mean I wanted to invoke that feeling of new, that fresh feeling. And I just didn't get that with the Pixel 4, since the main camera is identical to the Pixel 3, and all of the improvements are under the hood with better color, better processing, better low light, better depth, which is all nice and all, but as a previous owner of the Pixel 3 and a diehard fan of this camera, those processing improvements and day-to-day shooting was not like a night and day difference, no pun intended. Certainly not enough of a difference for me to be spending $1,000 on, and I feel that the same is true for their all-new telephoto lens. And most of us can argue like, yes, this is cool, it's a useful feature to get close to faraway subjects, but this is not new. The Galaxy Note 10 has it, the iPhone 11 Pro has it, and I think at least an ultra-wide lens would have completed that rear camera package, and it would have given customers a little more of an incentive to upgrade. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say you're more of a selfie person. Well, you're sort of at a loss there too, as they removed their dual selfie setup from the Pixel 3 and replaced it with an all-new single selfie camera, which is pretty much a blend between their previous wide and ultra-wide that's found on the Pixel 3. And for some, this could be a little bit of an issue if they wanted optical zoom on selfies. I personally was never really a big selfie person, but if that was important to you, going from two lenses to one lens could be somewhat of a downgrade. Now, this brings me to my third and final set of reasons. So let's just argue that photography isn't important to you, which kind of completely contradicts the reason for buying this phone, but let's just say that that's the case and you're more of a feature guy. So what you get is a motion sensor, face unlock, live transcription, and the 90Hz refresh rate. So the question then becomes, are these four features worth the $800 to $1,000 depending on which size pixel you get? And let me go ahead and answer that for you. It's not. Alright, so if we look at the built-in motion sensor radar, this is a pretty cool feature. This lets you skip tracks, silence alarms, and phone calls just by waving your hand over the phone. Now, this feature works much better when it's resting on a flat surface and not in your hand. And for me, the problem with that is that if it's resting on a surface, chances are I'm probably not using my phone. Especially when listening to music and skipping tracks, I would rather just touch the screen than have to wave my hand. It literally takes less effort to do that. And just overall, this motion sensor for me doesn't add much to the user experience, what I'm trying to say. To me, sits in the same category as Air Actions with the S Pen on the Galaxy Note 10. You know, it's fun for the moment, it's fun to present, it's a nice party trick, and then that's about it. You won't be using this feature 2 days later. And also taking a look at their live transcription feature on their Recorder app. As a video maker, this feature comes in handy for scripting videos and taking notes while testing a new product, quick and on the fly. And for me, this is an effective way to keep your thoughts written and organized in a sense. And now Face Unlock is something that I've always praised Apple for, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that same energy here when I say that I just love how incredibly fast the Pixel's 3D camera scans your face and unlocks your phone to the point where it doesn't even feel like you have security enabled. Now, the only problem is at the time I filmed this video, Face Unlock is still vulnerable because it unlocks with your eyes closed, which is a huge security concern. So basically, don't fall asleep in front of anyone you don't trust. But on the bright side, Google did say that they're working on the eye detection, which is fine, but at the same time, it's still not a good first impression. And lastly, with the 90Hz screen refresh rate feature that's unlocked inside the developer settings, which pretty much just makes all the transitions and animations look extra smooth, so it's visually satisfying to look at. And I actually praise my OnePlus 7 Pro for this exact reason, but at the same time, this is more of a cherry on top kind of feature, making it not exactly a deal breaker feature for me. So after that, when it's all said and done, what are we left with as a consumer? pretty much nothing else. Considering the Recorder app can be installed via APK, you're pretty much just looking at a Pixel 3 with slightly better camera processing, a vulnerable face unlock, motion sensor, and 90Hz screen refresh rate, and that's it. So this feels more like a software update rather than a new phone. Think of the Pixel 4 like a Pixel 3S. So here's what I'll leave you guys with. If you currently own a Pixel 2 or just entering Pixel photography for the very first time, then go ahead and buy the Pixel 4. But if you currently own the Pixel 3, I'd say wait for the Pixel 5 because I think it just makes the most sense and it's just the most balanced way to approach it. So what do you guys think? Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my assessment of the Pixel 4. Drop those comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you show some love to that like button. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to subscribe and make sure you turn on the alerts. This way YouTube notifies you whenever I drop another awesome tech video. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.